Hey Doers, my name is PERSIST and I welcome you to our personal and professional development channel. And in a short while, I'm going to rewire your mind with the 10X rulebook by Grant Cardone and his 7 ways to execute and become successful. So it means today's topic is part of my favorite stage called Execute 7 Powerful Book Ideas within the 7 Wealth Stages framework. Look, when I first read the book 10X Rule last year, it hit my brain. And since then, Grant Cardone has become my mentor through his resources, books, and videos. Without a doubt, all chapters of the 10X Rule book are full of wisdom. But chapter 22 struck my attention immensely. That chapter is called Successful or Unsuccessful, because it resonates with the PERSIST's personal development philosophy to recondition your mindset. For that reason, in this first part, I've handpicked 7 Grant Cardone's ways that he has discovered about successful people. So let's jump in together with my comments and my interpretation. The way to success number 7 is seek to solve problems. Listen. Some industries or people create problems, and other industries or people solve those problems. So what does it mean for you? It means you must stay alarmed and learn from it. Because when you see the problem and you solve it, you will be rewarded. And of course, the larger problems you can find and come up with the solution, you will become successful. Because every problem is a product. For example, at PERSIST Personal and Professional Development, we solve the problem of people's mindset who live in scarcity. It means their annual income is not more than $70,000 and they live from paycheck to paycheck. Now, this is a mass audience, but we target only those who are doers, who want to do more, who are interested in climbing the wealth pyramid and not staying average. And the way we do it is through the 7 wealth stages framework. Now, as Grant Cardone said, one of the best ways to distinguish yourself from the masses is to make yourself who makes the situation better, not worse. It means to seek to solve other people's problems. Would you agree? If you want to expand on this topic, check out our video about 3 strategies you need to know before you can help solve other people's problems. The way to success number 6 is you have to persist. The truth is, as soon as you set off on a step-by-step journey to financial independence and prosperity, you will face setbacks, unexpected events or negative feedbacks. But listen, when you are determined in your course, you will eventually make it. It means you as a doer, you must be persistent. And this is a mantra of our PERSIST personal and professional development. Look, I observe around dozens of wannabes who just wish or want somehow to escape their scarcity level in the wealth pyramid. But they will not, because they are not persistent, as it requires a lot of work to escape their comfort zone and start doing uncomfortable things. As Grant Cardone said, to be persistent is a trait you do or do not have. It is something that you must develop. In this case, you have to push and force yourself to take, as Grant says, 10x action until all resistance morphs into support. It means persistence must be your weapon and advantage if you want prosperity. Unfortunately, most people give up on the ability to persist. So what about you? The way to success number 5 is take risks. You must engrave in your mind that successful people take risks. Listen, when I understood this, it was aha moment. And yes, it took me a few years to grasp the point, but the 10x rule book enlightened and underlined the fact. In addition, Grant Cardone's part about Las Vegas casinos reminded me of the following story when I was living in Manila. I was sitting at the resort park in Manila and suddenly one older man sat next to me. We were having a typical chat about life in the Philippines and I found he had worked at a casino. He started talking about how a casino manipulates average players to almost always lose. In other words, if they don't take risks or they aren't at a private club, they won't make it. You see, average people, unsuccessful people won't make it. It means you must have status and recognition and you must build yourself first. And it applies to any part of your life. Because we were taught to play safe. Don't take risks. Be quiet. Don't create attention. And do what we are required to do. But you know what? Screw it. You as a doer, you must go all in. And as Grant Cardone said, successful people are willing to put it all out there and know, regardless of outcome, that they can go back and do it again. The way to success number 4 is create wealth. Grant Cardone says that creating wealth is about attitude. And that's how successful people act. Because average people who live in scarcity believe that they must work and sell their souls to the devil of the company to make money and help someone else become more successful. On the other hand, successful people know the way to generate wealth is about implementing new ideas and bringing them to market fast. Next, it's about creating solutions to problems as well as creating products and services. But the most important thing that Grant Cardone mentioned is successful people know there is an infinite amount of money and money exists in abundance. And then money flows to those who create products or services. Because in this way, wealth is not limited to a monetary supply. Do you get it? Ponder on it, how different the mindset of successful people is. The way to success number 3 is readily take action. The whole 10x rule book is about taking massive action. It's about not competing, but dominating and taking 10x actions in every area of your life. And I cannot agree more, because successful people must always do something. They take action. And I feel the same. I cannot just sit a few hours and do nothing. I feel guilty after that because I don't learn anything or I don't produce any productivity. On the other hand, when you look at unsuccessful average people, they just talk about their plans and hopefully one day they will take action. But in most cases, it won't happen. Tell me, how many times have you witnessed it? And the most important part to remember here is this. It is about self-discipline. You must develop your self-discipline daily with actions. Because when you take action, you form a habit. And that habit becomes in your control, which creates success. The way to success number 2 is focus on now. There are only 2 times for successful people. The first time is now, and the second time is in the future. But observe around you how unsuccessful people always spend their time talking about the past. They have a lot of excuses because they refer to the past that something didn't work for them. It's frustrating, isn't it? So I want you to focus on now, because successful people keep focusing on actions today that will affect their future. And you must think the same way. Take incremental steps and do not procrastinate. Do not be overwhelmed by the end goal. Instead, prepare a plan, break it down into small tasks, and work on it daily. Again, you must embrace self-discipline and take action when other people think about that plan and procrastinate. And it's absolutely true what Grant Cardone said. You will be amazed how much you can get done when you quit thinking, calculating, and procrastinating and make a habit to act now. It means you must discipline yourself to execute now, no later, but now. And the last way on this list to become successful is be goal-oriented and have a high level of motivation. At PADVC Personal and Professional Development, we continually say how critical it is to be goal-oriented and how critical it is to be motivated to work. Because every person and company must have goals to move forward. All successful people have dreams and big goals. It means they are goal-oriented. Remember the following Grant Cardone saying: if you don't stay focused on your goals, you will spend your life achieving the objectives of other people, especially those who are goal-oriented. In my words, if you don't own a product or service that you sell, you are the product or service and someone monetizes you. Just think about it. And to keep going, you must have a high level of motivation. Because when you motivate yourself, it keeps you goal-driven. And you take the necessary amount of actions to accomplish what you need to do today. But when you look at unsuccessful people, their motivation is very low. And the biggest takeaway of this part is this. When someone was asking Grant in his seminar the question, "How do you stay motivated?" he replied, "I created new reasons to show up." Just ponder on it. To get deeper into this topic, watch our video on how to get motivated to work. To conclude this video, when you read the 10X rule book, it gets in your mind to become super productive. And as I mentioned, Chapter 22 hit my brain most because I'm deeply interested in the concept of how successful people think and how to recondition mindset. So remember this, don't wait, take action now. Start reconditioning your mindset and you will get what you want. Just simple as it sounds. Does it make sense? Now, what about you? Do you act like successful or unsuccessful people? Maybe you feel trapped to find a starting point that would move you toward prosperity. If so, leave us a comment below. At PADVC Personal and Professional Development, we are here to show you the direction. And lastly, I want to thank you, Grant Cardone, for your valuable impact on my personal development. So that is all for today. Thank you, Doers, for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, I want you to like it and share it with your friends. It will help the YouTube algorithm push more love and inspiration to people who need it. Because I want you to become a doer and I want you to build holistic wealth. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.